Hello, welcome to the second Calp Talk. We will be joined by a special guest. And what is Calp Talk? Calp Talk is a space where we interview people connected to the tourism in Calp. It is one of the actions included the promotion and marketing plan for accessible and inclusive tourism in Calp, funded by the Next Generation Funds. So, Richard, tell us who you are for people who don't know you, and describe you physically for people with visual disabilities.
I'm Richard Broer. I'm from the Netherlands. My length is 1 meter and 93 meters, so all the people from the Netherlands are tall. I live there still, and I have a sister who has had an accident 20 years ago, and for that she became paralyzed and sits in a wheelchair, and that's how we are connected with the disabled world.
Okay.
Well, we're aiming on people, couples who are together still in the middle in their lives, and suddenly one of the partners get an accident, become ill, or another medical issue, and will be wheelchair dependent. And for me, it's important that both partners can have a pleasant holiday, and therefore we're going to build a small mini resort to give them the opportunity to go on holiday together and to do some things together, go to a market, go to a restaurant, do things, but also for the partner who is still valid, is not disabled, also the opportunity to go and do things on him or herself. For example, walking or biking or motorcycle. So we want to give them both a happy place for holiday. Well, it's the whole concept. Calp can be accessible, but you need places to stay for people who are disabled, and vice versa. If we have a hotel who is completely manufactured and adapted for people in a wheelchair, also the place has to be accessible. And I think it's a good plan of Calp. They have a lot to offer. But it's not alone Calp, the city. It's not alone our hotel. We work together with partners. We have a partner that's called Costa Mobility Service, who rented wheelchairs and scooters. We have another partner who that's Facilities, who rents adapted vehicles. So it's the whole concept to make it possible for people who are wheelchair depending to have a good holiday place. And I think Calp, if I see it, is on a good way, but there are still some things to do, and I'm glad they can help us, and I hope Calp can also help us, making the hotel possible. So it's hands together.
Okay.
Well, they have to look at our website to see the design of the hotel, but of course it is possible. We're gonna make the design Valencian style with all the arches. We're gonna build 8 suites, and all suites will be wheelchair accessible for that. The whole terrain will be accessible for people in a wheelchair. So if you look good and if you think good, then it's absolutely possible to, but there's one thing, we're gonna build it from scratch. and if you have to adapt an existing building, then it's more difficult. We have also an adapted holiday house in the area in Benitachel. That was an existing home, and there we have to demolish a lot to make it wheelchair accessible. But yeah, we did it. So
We call this universal design.
yeah,
You design from the origin of the idea, you design the product, service, environment with accessible elements. It's easier than if you need to put that before. It's very difficult. So it's called design for all.
yeah,
Design for people.
yeah. Well, first of all, I have my own sister who is wheelchair depending. So I see from near what objects, of what difficulty she have to manage. And what I told you, we have a adapted holiday home. So we got a lot of comments back from what is important and what is fine. So, and I visit a lot of fairs for accessible people. We're also standing on a fair by ourselves, and so we have a lot of interaction with people who are wheelchair depending. You cannot always do everything. Sometimes some people are so disabled that they need to go to a really special hotel, more like a hospital almost, and that's not what we are. We are between an adapted home and a medical hotel. Yeah, that's what we. Well, we can. We need to use a lot of people here from the area, but we also want to give schoolers the opportunity to learn in practice what it means to run a hotel who is adapted for people. We have a lot of ground to maintain, so we also want to look for people who can do that. And yeah, we want to get all the products from direct from the area here, not all from far, but as near as by as possible. So, and how many people we need? Yeah, that's not at the moment not clear.
Yeah. Have you thought about hire people with disabilities to work in the hotel? Other disabilities?
If possible, absolutely. We're looking and we're looking for contacts for people who can help us with that. And if we can give them a place to have some work experience, or yeah, we're open for that. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think the beaches I've seen that last year are very good adapted already. So a compliment for Calp. But I think the roads need more attention, because I see some holes in the road. And last week we did a test with an electric wheelchair from our new project to the center of Calp, and the road to there was full of holes, and a lot of you call it roots from the trees who give the asphalt open. So there is something to do for Calp to flatten the road. It's not a problem that it goes this way, but that is a problem. So.
And what about the services? Restaurants, cultural activities.
I'm for myself. I'm not a wheelchair user, so I'm not looking especially for that. But when I was last year here walking on the boulevards, I saw that a lot of restaurants has a slope, but it's very steep. And that is something to point at. It needs more like this and not like this. So I already gave the municipality of Calp some advice and some examples where they can improve the access for people who are in a wheelchair. Well, I think it's good to have a plan, but the plan is on paper. Now it's the practice. And for example, last year I was when I was in Calp, special example, there was a wheelchair parking place. It's blue painted, but there was a container with materials on it for a building that there are building next to it. It was across the police office. And I told Calp, yeah, this is an example. If you want to be an accessible city, look at that things. Yeah, this that they really have to improve that. Well, I don't think it's a cost. Of course, you have to think how can you give a wheelchair user accessibility, but people in a wheelchair has also money to spend, so and they want a good holiday. It looks like a niche in the market, but don't forget it's a big niche. There are a lot of people coming from the Netherlands, from Belgium, from England, from Germany, from the Scandinavian countries who come to Spain. And from our partners in the market, I already mentioned Costa Mobility Service, who rent the wheelchairs. They have a lot of customers coming from the Scandinavian countries. So I think it's an opportunity. It's not a cost, it's an opportunity. Well, I think the most important thing is that we work together and to promote in his own networks that Calp is the next place to be for disabled peoples. We already do that. We're standing on a fair in Belgium, and I was surprised how many Belgian people already know Calp. So that was good. And next in April there is a fair in the Netherlands also for disabled people. It's called the Support Beurs, and there we're also going to promote Calp as a city who is working on adapting the whole city for people in a wheelchair. So it's about the total plan. Yeah. You're on a good way.
Yeah.
But I think there are still more things to do, and not only get the end users, the holiday come, but also attract other parties to come to Calp, to give it a total plan. It's not only the city, it's not only a hotel, but you need a total concept for the holiday maker, so that they can do things in their wheelchair. And of course the beaches are already very good adapted, and I saw there are some initiatives for things in the sea. But the surrounding of Calp is so beautiful. It's more than a boulevard and the sea. And if we can make that also accessible and promote each other, I think then Calp can be a benchmark for the rest. Yeah.
We something public and private. For the
Absolutely.
public sector and
Yeah.
private.
I think Calp has a lot of to offer for those people, and in the Netherlands, for example, Benidorm is a place that we think about older people, and I think Calp needs to promote itself as an inclusive destination for people who are still active, so that there are many things to do here for people in a wheelchair, not only sitting on the boulevard, but also doing active people, because you see a lot of how do you call it, cyclists here. I know a lot of people who had an accident, and from a cyclist they become a wheelchair user, but are still active in life. And that if Calpe can point on that people, it can be a very attractive destination for them. Because what I know, the whole of Spain, there is not a place like that at the moment. So Calpe can be the first. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Richard.